Okay, we're live again for the fourth agency owner hangout session. Uh, we got some new people here, and Daniel, who's been, coming in strong for the fourth week in a row. Um, so why don't we go ahead and get some introductions in with some of the people that haven't been here before. Connor, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Maybe say your quick story about yourself, maybe your company's name and whatnot, and what your niche and whatever else.
Yeah, no problem. Well, my name's Connor Gregson. I live in a small town called Saylorsburg in Pennsylvania. So there's a lot of small businesses around, but at the same time, the revenue isn't too high, and it's more of it's technologically behind, I would say. Like we're like still in the last age where like everyone still believes in like billboards and magazine ads and newspaper ads and stuff like that. So at some points it can be kind of difficult to get the point across. I'm the owner of Growth and Exposure Media, and I have two or three local clients. One is a clothing brand, the other one's a local vape shop, and I'm currently in negotiations with a local gym. Yeah, and that's basically it. That's how we do
Cool. And Dante, take it away.
Yeah, my name is Dante. I come from Carrollton, Texas, right next to Dallas. Come from an ethical hacking background, mobile development. I was a freelancer for Upwork for full stack web development for around, I believe, a year. Got 5 out of 5 reviews, so I was pretty happy with that. But wasn't getting paid what I wanted to get paid, and so I went to Tai Lopez Social Media Marketing Agency, and I got a job here for internet marketing, but then I quit it because it's too much stuff. So now I'm just looking for a few clients, and while I'm on this call, I'm trying to message a few other potential clients. So that's about it.
Right on. Cool. And Daniel, why don't we just go through and tell us what you're currently doing? People have met you before, who've watched these things. So how's your week going?
My week's going good. I actually was making a bunch of calls this week, and I ran into a guy that does real estate, and he was like, you sound like a young guy, knowledgeable guy, and because like I'm really interested in like getting started with real estate also. So I'm gonna work out a deal with him where I'm gonna actually work for him and do some social media marketing. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, so you got a job out of the deal, and then you're just going to continue the biz.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Randy, you made it.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Randy?
We're just getting through some introductions here. How's your week going, man?
I'm good. Can't complain.
Right on. Any progress in your business?
Oh, true.
A little bit. I have a couple of leads that were brought to my attention. About 3 different leads I'm gonna follow up with. I reached out to the referral. So I saw her on Facebook. I messaged her on LinkedIn. She actually wanted some help marketing in UK, but I have no idea. Well, she said she has some regulation problems in UK. I don't know anything about that. So I'm trying to figure that out and see if I can do something with her.
Right on, man. That's cool. So here we are again for the 4th week in a row. We got some people with some clients, and people still working on it. Me, myself, some of you know my situation where I've kind of transitioned to developing an app that's in the social media space. So is there anything that anybody wants to particularly touch on tonight? Any particular topics? Maybe just discussing more about, our current situations or anything like that?
What is everyone doing with themselves to keep the momentum going?
I would have to say, just for me personally, when I wake up, because I don't have like another day job or anything like that, like this is it, I dropped out of college, I quit my full-time job to do this. Okay. So just thinking about all that I've given up, like this ideal life that everyone preaches. You go to school, you get your full-time job, and then having all these people like talk down to you, like, yo, you just quit your 9 to 5, you're not going to school anymore. Like, what are you doing with your life? So for me personally, like, that's what keeps me going, just proving these people wrong.
Legit, yeah, man. I feel you.
100%.
And for me, it's micro steps. Like obviously, like I'm in a slightly different situation, and it's kind of I don't know, like should I be hosting these anymore? Or should I be even talking to you guys since I'm kind of doing a kind of different thing? But to be honest, I still get value talking to all of you, and it's just those micro steps. Keep looking for more knowledge and more information, and then every single time I finish an article or finish reading, some kind of journal of research on these topics and talking with you guys, every single time I get a new piece of information, I feel like I'm progressing. So with that, like just the knowledge itself for me is value. So that's what keeps me going too. Anybody else got anything on this?
Small wins
Okay.
too.
What's that?
The small wins as well. Like sometimes I feel overwhelmed about the journey, but then I forget about the small wins. I forget about the people I spoke with. I forget about the connections I made. I forget about the website I put together. I forget about just the little things that I take for granted. I'll think back and I'll start really looking at the small wins, and that kind of gives me confidence and momentum to keep moving forward.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Like around like, I don't know, like a month and a half ago, I remember just like I remember myself sitting in front of like Ty's course, just taking notes in like my notebook and stuff, right? And now I'm like calling people up and I'm like making, deals and like going out and meeting business people, having meetings and stuff, and and that's just, it's unreal, that's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So has everybody finished the course? Or I mean, I know they're still coming up with a few videos here and there, but like, are they as far as you can get, or are you still working on it?
I mean, I stopped. Well, I go back in the course here and there, but I went through maybe 50 videos, and then I was like, if I need more information at some point, I can just go back look at a particular topic.
Yeah,
I don't really need to.
that's how it worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about 51 videos in actually, and I just stopped right there.
How many videos are there currently? I don't know. Isn't it like 53 or something like that?
The last new ones, I think it was like 71. Oh, 71? What? Did I say 56?
I'll have to go look at it. But why I bring that up is because like we basically finished that, at least the first big chunk. Who knows how many there's gonna be or whatever. What kind of but are you guys still doing anything in terms of like extended education, trying to like deepen the knowledge that he kind of started us out on?
Yeah, I'm about to. Well, I'm going through some courses in Skillshare, but I was looking up some other people on Facebook. I forgot the guy's name, but there's two people that I was thinking about signing up for their courses.
Dan, Billie Jean.
Yeah, yeah, Billie Jean and Dan.
Yeah, I just got his USB drive right here.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah,
I'll put that in the show notes so people can check it out. It was Billie Jean Marketing, or what is it?
Billie Jean is marketing. Think like a genius. And Dan Hendry, I think it's like Superman Millionaire, something like that. Something weird.
Millionaire, and then Skillshare again. That one pops up. So anything like what have you been doing in Skillshare?
So they have tons of videos. I've been focusing on just the Facebook advertising, CEO, strategy, how to create a marketing strategy. They have a bunch of different stuff on there.
Has anyone been doing the Blueprint program?
Yeah, actually, I'm not doing the program, but I watched a seminar and I saw that you needed to pay, I think, 150 for an exam. So I'm actually asking around to see if it's worth it.
150 for the exam for Facebook Blueprint. But for my understanding, it's free.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, the training is free, but the actual certification
exactly.
costs money.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I got like a few of those, like took a few like 5-minute tests, read over some information, got like 13 different certificates. Like you've completed this course, you know. But that's not the same. It's not the
I
same
love
thing.
that. I love those little certificates. I'll take those all day long.
I hate it. Like for real.
It's like, oh, I'm a visual, like creative
Facebook certified.
expert of content marketing, like whatever. Like I'll take it.
Let's get a little binder and present it.
Yeah, but
Google Partners. I've been looking at that. The Google Partners, the AdWords certification. Now that's free, but at the same time, like they don't really provide a study guide. I know they do for like the analytics, but as far as like using AdWords and stuff, you have to do all of your own like independent research, and then you like take the exam, and it's like an exam, you know. So you have like an hour and a half to complete it. If you don't pass, and you have to wait a week to take it again.
Oh,
Well,
week.
I mean,
Wow.
for that, you could just use Udemy. Like, same thing with people trying to get a RHEL 7 exam for Linux. They just go on Udemy real quick, and it's around 8 hours course that they take. And then, you'll be pretty much ready to take the certification course.
Oh, look at that.
that's cool. Well, what about are people reading? Like, what else are you guys doing?
Oh man, reading. That's my forte right there. I actually jumped into Grant Cardone's like territory, and I've been listening to 10X Rule. I recommend that to all of you.
Definitely.
Oh my god. That is one of the most
10X
amazing books. Yeah, for sure.
Next rule.
For
Write
sure.
that down.
And then I also have Be Obsessed or Be Average, and that teeters more on the side of like motivation, just to keep going. So if you ever need that, I mean, this is definitely the go-to book as well.
What was that one called?
Be Obsessed or Be Average.
Is that Grant as well?
Yeah, that's Grant too.
Okay.
So they only have those books.
He has a lot of books, but the 10X Rule and Be Obsessed or Be Average are all I needed to like do some serious action in 2 days.
So
Barnes and Noble.
yeah, Barnes and Noble is making a lot of money off of me. For some reason, like like Amazon is cool. Like obviously, there's way more books and a much bigger selection. But like, there's something about being able to go into the store and buy the book for me still.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know?
man.
Yeah.
I feel you on that, man.
I want to bring the library back. Is there like a Netflix for books? Does anybody know anything about that?
That would be. I think that's gotta be your next app idea. Get on that before someone takes
All
it.
right. Nobody take it. I'm gonna cut that out of the.
Nah, too late. I'm working on it right now.
Anyways, yeah, man. The reason I bring that up because I like being able to put that kind of stuff in here because like I'm gonna read all these books that you guys just mentioned and go to all these websites because people find stuff that I don't have. I just haven't found. And I mean, I haven't heard half of these things. That's great. So what else? Does anybody else have any other input on extended education in the marketing world?
Yeah, I mean, 4-hour work week. That's how it pretty much gets started with most people.
True, that's true.
Yeah.
I love that book. That was one of the first books I read that kind of put me on the path.
Yep.
I can actually. It's funny you mentioned that because like it must have been I don't know 4 or 5 years ago, and I heard Tim Ferriss on the Nerdist podcast by Chris Hardwick, and and I was driving a truck, for a manufacturing company, and I was like, whoa, wait a second. Who is this guy? And what is this book? I think he was actually talking about the 4 Hour Body. And then, yeah, that kind of changed my whole tune. I mean, I started a couple businesses since then, and I just want to keep the ball rolling.
Good. Good.
So what else? Are people hitting the streets? What's going on with getting new clients in?
I found one website was good.
What's that?
It's called Thumbtack. I just recently researched it, but
Oh yeah.
somebody told me about it and I checked it out. And what you do is basically create a profile, even for your marketing agency, and you put your information on there, and people actually contact you quicker to say
Wow.
they need it and what type of business they have.
But the problem is there's a lot of competition, so I kind of feel it's the same thing
Oh, yeah,
as freelancing, where it's like bidding on something, and I'm not really. Cool.
That's
Yeah.
the one downside. It's like, but if you're more detailed, I realize some of the loopholes. If you're more detailed in what you do, and you're not doing something that everybody's doing, like if you try to do fitness on there, it's hard. If you're detailed with what you want to do, actually, like say if it was marketing, you'll get more clientele base. Like I also do freelance video work, and sometimes it's a lot of wedding videos on there, but the bigger jobs like event planning, a lot of people don't sign on for it because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I actually started my videography business basically on
nice.
Thumbtack. I'm starting to. I mean, I have a team that's still doing that stuff on the day to day, but I'm starting up some new ventures. But yeah, like it was like we went to Thumbtack and we started a wedding videography business about 4 years ago, and we did that for about a year, and then we got our first commercial client doing it was basically a YouTube commercial. And then since then, like we've just been cranking out commercials. So it's definitely a good to get your first couple of clients so you get that experience. And then, kind of using that to transition to bigger and better things. I mean, I'll never shoot Thumbtack. Yeah. I don't know if you still shoot weddings, but I can't do that anymore.
They're too long.
I don't think I'll ever do that again. But Connor, I want to talk about your first couple of clients, because I know you're in a small town, and I'm interested to hear your take on that dynamic and trying to get people, like you said, that aren't exactly in the new Web 2.0 kind of marketing world.
Yeah, well, the number one thing with that is you have to learn how to take the answer no. Like a lot of, like I don't have to tell you guys, like down by your failures. That's just not how it's gonna work. You got to use it and you got to move on. I mean, you can follow up a few times, they're not with it, then whatever. It's a very closed-minded town. So I use to my advantage that I've been in this area for a while. So I know a few people and I know a few business owners, and so we already have like semi-trust, like something like that. So I'm not a complete stranger coming into them, asking them for like $500, $700 a month to do this thing that they have no idea about. So what I would do is I would go in, like I had most of my success cold calling, believe it or not. And one of the things I've said in the group a few times is that like humanizing yourself, don't come off as like a businessman, because if you come off as like you're just like this kid, like in my like I'm 19 years old, so people still view me as a kid. Take their money and run off, then that's just not how it's going to work. So you got to sit down with them, you got to look them in the eye, and you got to say long-term business relationship. Every time I say that, I always wind up getting them signed. Long-term business relationship, because they like the idea of that too. They don't want it to be just like this 1 month thing and then you just run off and do it. So anyway, like down to the details of my first client, like I said, it's like a vape shop, e-cigarette place. I walked in there, I have a pass with their niece. So like they know who I am, like what I do, or if I'm even qualified to be doing any of this. So I go in there and I talk to them. It's like, listen, because there's a competitor like I don't know, like literally like a 45-second drive down the road, and they're honestly, they're killing them as far as it comes to business, but it has no social media. They hardly have anything. I think they have a website, and that's basically it. So me knowing these people, you know, like I view it as respect to go to them and offer them my services. I'm like, listen, this is what I can do for you. I ran them through the whole spiel, you know, Facebook ads, Instagram optimization, email list, SEO, everything. They were hooked, and I gave them a pretty solid deal. You know, I took a big chunk of money off for them because I want to truly help their business grow. I mean, like the money's great and everything, but you don't want to be paid for stuff that doesn't work. You know, like you want to see success and results from your business. That just makes you feel even better. You know, and then of course, happy clients equals referrals. You know, so it's like a win-win-win. You do the job right, you get more business. That's how it's going to work. So then I signed them. You know, I'm working with them for a 3-month contract right now, doing their Instagram, their Facebook, running ad campaigns, growing it. And then the second client that I signed is actually a buddy from high school. We knew each other, of course, but we were never really tight. We were on the same football team. Like we were familiar with each other, but we never had any real like connection, I would say. But he has his own clothing brand, you know, and just a buddy recommended it to me. He's just like, oh, well, our buddy, his name's AJ. He's like, he has this clothing brand, you know, you should check it out and see if you could do something for them. So that's what I do. And I look up all their stuff. They only have an Instagram page and a website. So I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? So I message him on Instagram and I'm like, hey man, have you like, how's the brand? And he's like, oh, it's going all right. And I'm just like, well, do you think that I could do like some social media marketing for you? I really believe that I could help you guys grow and like get big. And it's an online based business, which honestly is like gold, you know, like it's a lot easier, I would say. So then he like, without me even have to say anything after that, I'm just like, listen, bro, let's talk about me doing like this media marketing for you. He asked to meet with me. Like, I didn't even bring up a meeting. He's just like, hey, bro, you want to meet up and talk about this? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to meet up and talk about this. So we meet up and we talk about it. It's a small clothing line, you know, they're slowly growing, but of course they don't have the revenue to pay at least $9.97 a month. So I'm just like, well, what can you afford to give me? And I'll start making things happen for you, because as they start to grow, that's more money I'm going to get and more money they're going to get. So again, it's a win-win. So we're negotiating between $200, $300 for the first month. Gonna grow their Instagram, set up a Facebook, set them up a LinkedIn. We're gonna move into like the Chris record. Like we're gonna try and do like a viral video, and then target like the golden 5 countries, do all that, and then retarget them with their website so they can ship it wherever in the world. And gonna work, and we can really grow them.
That's cool. Is there a plan to like scale his business as well as scale yours, like within his business?
Yeah, you know, I mean, like I said, like I go up to him and I'm just like, shit. That's really how it's gonna be. Like as he grows, I'm gonna grow, and then maybe again, if they still can't afford to pay a full 1,000, maybe we'll start talking commission per unit sold, or we'll talk equity, you know. But at the same time, we're still in the beginning stages. So that's basically my plan of action.
Do you want to plug him?
I mean, you know, he's one of those guys. Like he knows that social media has power. It's just he doesn't know how to use it. So I was
okay.
Was
what's his brand called?
It's called XYZ Generation Clothing.
Oh, XYZ Generation.
It's like a streetwear brand. They have a launch coming up in a few months that they've been saving up for.
That's XYZ Generation. I'm gonna put that in the show notes too, if you don't mind.
Yeah, guys, definitely check it out. 100%.
Nice, man.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Like being able to, it's like you're the guy in your town, you know?
Yeah, right.
I can't do that in LA.
Yeah, right. 100%. Actually, my one buddy who, again, I went to high school with, I saw him post on his Snapchat like a month after I was in the course. It was a picture of his LLC, and he's like, just start up my own business. And then like my eyes were like, I'm like, huh. I hit him up and I'm just like, yo, dude, so what's this business you started up? And he hit us with like the thing that Ty taught us to say. It's like, we utilize social media marketing to bring more clients to bring more customers to our clients. And I'm like, bro, you're in Ty's course too? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. So,
So there's two.
Like, yeah, there's two of us, and he wants to specialize in restaurants and stuff. Like we sat down and we talked about it. We're like, listen, it's better if we work together and stay out of each other's way than just try to, kill each other out in competition. Right. And like, I have respect for the kid too. So, I mean, that's not like something I would want to do. I want to see him prosper as well. So he wants to focus on restaurants as his niche. Me, don't really have a specific niche as of yet. I mean, of course, like I would like to go like medical, doctors, lawyers, people with the big bucks, but
yeah,
cool. But that's really that.
All right, so I got my question in. Is it anybody else have any things that they want to talk about tonight? We're about halfway through here.
So Connor, you wanted to do medical professionals?
Yeah, it's just something. It was something I was looking into. Again, I'm not gonna say like there's one doctor. It's just like there's no one like family practitioner, if I could say, So there's like a chiropractor, and then there's like a psychologist, and then there's like, it's all broken down. Which for me, like that, like I see a gold mine there. Like I see like something I could actually, especially if there's
That's
not
perfect.
two people in the same field. Chiropractor, psychiatrist, psychologist, the physical therapy. Like it looks promising, and then again, who've spent their entire life in this town, who still believe in the billboard magazine ads, door-to-door flyers, cold calling. So it's going to take a bit of convincing, but I have confidence that I can definitely land a few of them.
Nice. Yeah, I don't, honestly, that crowd, the older crowd who still believes in billboards and snail mail and all that, I don't think, whoa, was that me?
Maybe okay. Randy.
Anyways. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too difficult to get them as clients if you have, you believe in yourself. So if you really do have the skills, that's that. Like you got them.
Uh-huh.
But so now.
Oh, well.
Yep. Because HIPAA right now is kind of blowing me. Like I'm trying to figure out how to get around it for when I get my pediatrician on board. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty tough when it comes to collecting emails. Like I'm not entirely sure how to go about it.
Yeah, that's.
I know MailChimp. I've heard that MailChimp is good. I mean, I've never looked into it myself. As far as with my vape shop client, they already have a guy who does the website for them. They pay him like $50 a month. And I was going to take it on until I actually took a look at it. And I saw that like Godspot, like they were SEO optimized, everything. I typed them in, they were the first thing that came up on Google. So like I saw that this guy knows what he's doing. So like the way I saw it, I'm like, load off of me, like, I mean, that works. The guy knows what he's doing. I'm not gonna,
if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. One thing I wanted to bring up though, are any of you like a part of like your local chamber of commerce or BNI chapter or anything like that?
No.
I was actually about to schedule a visit for a BNI chapter.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I have it set for Thursday. And the thing is about BNI chapters that are really cool, familiar with what they are, but I'll just give you a little spiel, is that they only accept like one person from each profession.
Yes.
And it's like I'm more of a referral business. So like I already talked to the person and they're like, I'm the only social media marketer. They have an SEO guy in there and they have a graphic designer in there. So I see that as networking. I don't see it as competition.
Yep.
Randy's a part of one.
Are you, Randy?
I don't know if he's
was Randy muted? Is he muted?
I didn't mute him yet. I was about to mute him, but then it stopped. I have to mute people from time to time because you get feedback from weird places.
True.
People will start talking, and then they're like, they won't know that they're muted for a couple minutes, and then they'll figure it out. But yeah, Yeah, he's part of a BNI in New York, and he's
Oh yeah.
said that he's got some definite leads coming from those places. I was
Yeah,
gonna do one myself, and I've said this a couple times in the other episodes, but do like there's one in particular called like Tip, which I think is a national BNI, and
What's
you
it called?
pay like Letip, Letip, and they have them all over the country. Yeah, it's I don't know.
You want to
It
join
was one of the
that?
ones that popped up on meetup.com, and I was like, oh well,
Oh,
that's a weird name for a thing. But I was like, I was planning on putting together a presentation, and then because you can see when you're on Meetup like exactly who's going to those things, because they sign up and you see their profile, and you can look them up on LinkedIn and find out what their business is. And I was gonna literally take, because there's only like maybe 15 people going to one of these things, so I was gonna literally just do the social audit and then give them a little spiel, like a little presentation, like talking about how they can improve their businesses, and then hand them each their social audit and just be like, here you go, here you go, here you go. But I have not done that yet, and I'm probably not going to for a while because, again, I'm transitioning my concentration.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I know I'll
definitely
go there.
cool.
Actually, I'm going there a week from today, I think, actually. Only downside is it starts at 7 in the morning. It's like an hour drive away, so that's gonna piss me off a little bit, but that's not a big deal. But like, you go there and you see like all these contractors and like pipe workers and all these different things, that actually could really benefit from this. So, and plus referrals on top of that. Again, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You go there and nothing.
Dude, BNI
Randy,
is a gold mine.
Randy, have you been to any recently?
Yeah, I was there this morning.
Nice, that's
Same.
cool. You're keeping it going.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. Like I'm getting leads every day. Like they come,
Oh wow.
and I'm the only social media and digital advertiser, and everyone else is like different industries, like real estate, construction,
Exactly.
chiropractors. They're all different industries. But because I do a lot that they wish they can do, they're always coming to me, asking me questions and giving me leads, giving me referrals. But it's the connections you make. That's what's most important, because they start trusting me, and I start having these one-on-one meetings with each of these members, and they're getting my backstory, understanding who I am, why I'm in the business, and I'm understanding more about them. And it builds that trust to now that they're actually going out and saying, hey, I know someone that can do that for you. I know a guy that knows how to do social media, and they're referring people to me. So I'm building trust within the BNI, and then, for outside of that as well. So it's really cool as far as building that trust and getting your foot in the door.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, so we went over some stuff here. What else we got? How
Anyone have
about
success with like cold emailing? I can never even get a response even after like 2 or 3 follow-ups. So I'm just curious if anyone's have any like success as far as it goes to, like cold
I
emails.
did. I got some good responses. I got a good tip to actually email, but in the email, advise them, one, what I see that's wrong with their social media, and then 2, advise them that I want to give them free services for a month or 2 in exchange for testimonial. But obviously, if I do what I need to do after those 2-3 months, they're not going to be like, hey, you did an excellent job. Let's part ways. Most likely they want to keep me on. So, I actually got a response from that. But I haven't. But I've been so focused on this BNI stuff, I stopped emailing people, and I just focus on establishing relationships there.
Yeah, like face-to-face conversations will probably lead you farther than email.
it's just the personal connections are very hard to establish in an email. It's just that's just my own opinion. Like, I don't feel like I could close a person, and maybe not like maybe if it was the initial form of communication with them, maybe if they sought me out and they signed up for an email list, and then they were, you know, marketed that, like, you know, through email marketing that way. But just me going and like emailing clients, I just don't, it just isn't, I don't know. I don't know how I would do that.
Wait, I'm a little confused.
I feel the same way about cold calling too, to be honest. I know people can have success, but there's just being able to just go in and talk to a person is just, I just feel like it's just it's easier.
Definitely, yeah, 100%. Like putting a face to the voice, like telling you all of these things, definitely establishes a little bit more trust. Like you talk with an actual person, whereas like when you're on the phone, you have no idea who you're talking to.
Yeah,
Like,
and being able to see their body language and change your tune based off of how like their mood is, and you know, and it just, emails get lost, deleted, and it's just a lot of work for something that it was little return. You know, it's
100%.
like, you know, I'd rather reach out to people via like Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn before I started like just actually emailing people. But
yeah, definitely. Like that's the mindset like I have. It's just like I never tried email marketing. Like I always just thought, I'm like, you know what? Hit them up on Instagram, go to their business in person. And then I hear like everyone keeps talking about how important email marketing is and everything like that. So I'm like, you know what? Like you can't knock it till you try it. So I mean, I tried it.
I think in terms of for a client, I think as for part of their business, I think it can have a lot of benefits.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I don't know. Maybe some people have like, but where are these email lists coming from? Like, are you just hitting up, you know, like some local people? Are you doing like somehow getting an email list so you can, you know, send it to a lot of people at once? Or, you know, it's just, I don't know. I'm not that. That's not what I do, so I don't know where I'd even begin with that. But like I said, like if they're going to your website and signing up for your, you know, newsletter or your email list, then they're making that initial connection, and just being able to personalize the marketing that way because they're the first people that come to you is a lot easier, especially if like your email list is set up in a way where you can gather more information about them initially. So you don't have to, you know, kind of wing it when it comes to the conversation, like what it is that they want, what their budget is, things of that sort. But yeah.
Yeah, with you. 100%.
Who's been quiet?
Yo, Connor over here inspired me, and I'm over here talking to one of my old friends back in Cali about his business, which he's doing with his dad, and he's like working with $1 million houses, doing their garage installations and epoxying their flooring, and they only have a website, and they have Google advertising. They're paying like $150 a month, and it's not going too well. So I'm trying to hook them up real quick.
That's one thing. Like, it doesn't make you any less of an entrepreneur if you're working for people who you know. A lot of people have like that notion where if you're just like, oh, look at me, I'm so successful, and then you like look into it and they're working for people that they've like, that's not. It doesn't make you any less of like. It doesn't make you any worse at what you're doing. It doesn't mean that you're not a good entrepreneur. It means, if anything, you're giving back, especially if you're giving them like an awesome discount.
Yeah,
so
really.
that's just one thing too. Like when I signed my first client, you know, I talked to my buddies. I'm like, yo, I just signed my first client. Like, it's awesome. And then they're just like, yeah, we'll celebrate when you sign someone you don't know. And I'm just like, bro,
what the hell?
How could you do that? But I mean, at the same time, you know, like people are gonna knock the process till they see it work, you know, and then when you're already successful, they're gonna come back to you and be like, bro, man, what's up? And you're gonna be like, no.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I already have
You
people
didn't
doing that right
Exactly
now.
how it
You
works.
have no business hitting me up when I'm successful if you didn't believe
Yeah.
that was small.
What did Ty say? Ty said first you'll get haters, and then once you keep going, they'll start to admire you.
They'll become your followers.
Well,
I mean,
I don't
that's
know.
how I started to like Ty Lopez.
You'll get some new haters though. I feel like for every one person that loves you, you're gonna have two that hates you. It's just.
And if anyone plans on doing volunteering, you can if you work with a nonprofit, if you send them an invoice for what you would have charged, you could just write that off. Because I'm trying to get in the door to this YMCA, and I realized I could probably do that.
Wait,
That's
what?
interesting. That's
Oh,
interesting.
you spent yeah, I forgot about that. I'm gonna write that down right now.
Yeah,
So-
wait. Did you say that again? I'm gonna write it down too.
Yeah.
First, hold on.
Everybody get out their pens.
Yeah, so if you work with a nonprofit and you're volunteering your services for them, so you're doing their marketing, you can actually send them an invoice, what you would have charged them for that marketing, and they can write that off, and then you can, do that with the taxes and stuff, write it off on your taxes.
Oh,
$100 million.
God.
What is it that Ty? What is it that Ty said he would charge a company? It was like something ridiculous. That's how much.
yeah. When you're talking about like the Snapchat video,
$5,000 a month.
walk into Taco Bell, teach their team how to do Snapchat, charge them $50 million. Be like,
Yeah. That's wild.
You guys saw the valuation that they're trying to set up, right? 22 billion.
No.
22
Oh,
billion
really?
for Snapchat.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, with Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook page. Was
What's
it on
that?
there?
I'm so lost.
Snapchat
Yeah, Snapchat.
for the IPO.
Oh, yeah, that's way different from what I was thinking.
22 billion. Yeah,
22.
That is amazing.
they have very few people that work for the company too. So that's those people. Ah, man.
Man, all I'm asking for is some spectacles.
Right?
There's a lot of them on like eBay.
And that wasn't even a complicated app either, man.
I don't want to pay like $3,000 for some spectacles though.
$3,000.
How much do they go for on eBay?
Like 200 at the highest. Yeah, I guess nobody really searches them on eBay, so people are selling for cheap. Well, that's
Well,
not
there's
cheap.
one for
but-
200, one for 400. I don't know. I'm a little scared by doing that because I'm probably gonna get some like cheap Chinese knockoff that goes with like with Line or something like that instead of Snapchat.
Your MySpace spectacles.
Oh man, that's the ultimate Red Bull right there.
That would be so
You just see Tom.
He's your only friend.
Man, that was so bad. Whenever you sign up for Facebook, you got Tom as the friend. You really need those friends.
Oh man. Oh, that killed me.
So we got about 15 minutes here. What else we got?
Oh wait, can
Any-
you guys hold on? Let me see. Can you guys see my screen? Like,
I can
mean,
see
Snapchat thing.
your Snapchat logo or whatever you call it.
oh,
Yeah.
you can't see it.
No.
Damn.
The black. I see that.
What about now?
No.
That's Chris.
Dang. The struggle.
Boy.
Oh, because I was actually writing down notes from this session on a whiteboard because I'm in a classroom right now.
Oh. Wait. What? Why are you in the classroom?
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
at this university, it's like after I think 6 or 7 p.m. there are no classes, so you can just walk into the classroom.
nice.
And just, yeah,
I used to do that all the time.
Graffiti up real quick.
Yeah, it's so sick.
I used to have business meetings in like some of the little like study rooms that look like it was at Pepperdine University, and they literally look like boardrooms. And I was like, yeah, like come to my office, and then
I have a meeting at a college campus tomorrow, actually. So it's like completely funny that you brought that up. Like I'm literally going to like the school I dropped out of to go meet with.
That's awesome.
Wow.
All right, so let's get some more value before we wrap this thing up. We got 15 minutes left. How about what are you guys doing for? I don't know. I need some help here.
Actually, what are you guys' niches again?
I don't really have one at this point, but I'm looking into the medical in the future. As soon as I get like established, get some awesome referrals, and look more into what
I
it's.
want to focus on the fitness, health,
Be careful with
athletic world.
pharmaceuticals.
That's a good one. Fitness and health. That's really good.
What are you guys' thoughts on actually, since people are like, some people, like I commented on somebody's thread earlier today, and they were talking about how they might do personal trainers and things like that. And one person was saying like niches are, like you're going to step on your own toes, especially if you're doing local businesses and things like that. What do you guys think about? Because the only reason is because, I'm starting up an app business right now, so like my situation is a little very different from you guys, and the reason that happened is because I was like, how can I give value to these customers when there's so many people, especially in my area in Los Angeles? There's literally hundreds of thousands, like I don't know about hundreds of thousands, but like at least tens of thousands of people that are social media marketing professionals. But what do you guys think about taking a niche, say personal training, for instance? I think is a good example because it's the one I was talking about, and just saying, hey, like I'm going to start a personal training company. I'm going to go to a bunch of personal trainers who are struggling finding clients, and I'm going to create a network for them and use my social media marketing skills to basically gather the leads for them, and then you basically get a percentage of the revenue that they're bringing in. So it's the same business, it's just a different framework. Like you're taking a little bit more of like a bigger role in terms of like running an entire multiple business. But I just think it's a cool take.
For fitness, the funny thing is I was actually a personal trainer for a summer. Of course, I didn't go for the certification, but I studied for NASM anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I was following this guy called Bedros Keuilian, and he does like exactly what you were just talking about. He is just a master marketer, and he has this giant network of personal trainers, and he teaches them how to use social media and how to like increase their online presence and everything.
Yeah, I just think it's like a unique way to kind of approach this material that Ty's been putting out, because he's saying start these social media companies and find a niche, but I feel like there could be a lot of value in actually creating your own little thing and helping people who have these like smaller businesses in a I feel like it's the same thing. It's just you're creating infrastructure for the whole thing.
Yeah,
I like that idea. I like that idea. I like the equity idea as well. It's with personal trainers too. It's hard to say, hey, pay me $9.97 a month.
Exactly.
Like I don't know who's going to be able to do that.
But if they're say like they have a client and they're getting paid, like what's like the average amount that probably around $24 to $50 an hour nationally. I know more people are making more than that, like in certain situations, but realistically,
yeah, I was making 82 a month, 82 an hour. I mean,
82 an hour. So like if you were to say on average, and all the personal trainers that work at 24-hour fitness and Anytime Fit and all these places where the gyms are getting a huge cut of this stuff.
Yeah, I definitely say 40, 50.
Okay, so let's say $50, and you get $5 out of every client that they make. And what it allows you to do is, because personal trainers, for instance, I'm using this because I think it's a great example. They can only handle so many clients, so their revenue is going to cap at some point. Which is it's a tough business. So you can't like I don't know. Was it Randy was saying like it's hard to ask him for $9.97 a month when that's the way that their business works. But if you do it this way and you create a framework where you're just basically creating leads for these people, then it's just a way that you can scale the business in a much more effective manner, I think.
The only question I would have there is like, how would you determine which of your clients would get which specific like lead? Like, for example, if it was online personal trainers or something like that. Like just for example, we're just throwing this out there.
I think
so you're
if it was me,
yeah, go for it.
If it was me, I would create a website, and I would create a way that a personal trainer could sign up. If they put a picture of themselves, they put their experience, and they put their hourly rate, and then the clients can go and come to the website, which you would market because it's your business, and then basically look for someone that's compatible for them, like their price range. Do they want to have a female or male trainer? Do they want someone that's within a 5-mile radius or a 25-mile radius? Things like that. That's how I do it.
Yeah, there's definitely ways to figure out different business models and restructure it. You don't have to do this, straightforward packaging that we're learning in a program. You can maneuver and adapt and pivot as any way you see,
Yeah,
But that's a good idea. I like that.
I think most people have adapted based on the SMMA groups. They created their own pricing. Not everybody follows Ty's same pricing.
Yeah. It's like he said, it was a template. He said we can change it however we want, but I'm talking about like the whole thing.
Oh yeah, have any of you looked into the travel CEO program that he's coming out with?
No,
I've heard things.
Never heard of it.
I've seen it, but
like the first thing that I heard about, like the first impression I got about it, like I wasn't really even thinking about it. I'm just like, okay, he's gonna teach you how to travel and be a CEO and live an awesome lifestyle. So I instantly thought, like, not for me. And then like I got a DM from someone, and they said that they were also in the course, and he also teaches all these strategies, how to like effectively like outsource more in depth or something like that, and how to pay other people to do the work for you, so that you could be almost like him. You have just all these managers for all your companies come to your house to have a big meeting, and then or something like that. Like, I don't know.
that sounds nice.
Yeah, that like honestly,
I'll do that
job. That's the best. Like,
I mean, I would
mention that.
That'd be cool.
It sounds
that's
just like it sounds like the SMMA program repackaged, to be honest.
You think?
Yeah.
I think he's going to go into a little bit of e-commerce as well. It's just going to be a mixture of both, I believe. It's pretty much just the 4-hour work week in video format.
Oh, wow.
That's just my general assumption.
Like, you almost see like the escalation through the SMMA course into the traveling CEO. Like when you start at the beginning, it's talking about doing all the hard work yourself. Getting it all done, getting your first couple of clients. Then you see yourself almost progress like through the course, and they start treating you more like a CEO. It's like I'm at the point in the videos where they're talking about hiring employees, and like outsourcing and everything like that. So I can see how that could kind of like escalate into the CEO course. But me personally, I don't think that's something I would invest in at this point, at least.
Yeah.
No, I'll figure that shit out when I get to it.
Exactly.
At some point, I do want to outsource everything, really, even the shit I'm good at. Well, not probably. I'll keep one thing I'm really good at, and I'll just do that. But everything else, I just want to outsource. Like that traveling stuff, it's appealing. Who wouldn't want to travel around the world and use your phone to conduct your business, or your laptop? Of course that's appealing. But I'll get to that point when I get to it.
Exactly. I would say that. No, go for it, man. Oh, you.
Oh, okay. No, actually, mine was gonna be a bit off topic. Now, go for it.
Oh, you sure? All right. Well, I'm in negotiations with someone on Upwork right now. We're talking about like they have like say like 5 or 10 years of experience, not 5 or 10 years, but like 5 to like 7 years of experience. Like audience finding you know, like running Facebook ad campaigns, growing followers, you know, and when you go on there and you check their portfolio and everything, you could see all the work they've done, and you could just see all of these different things that they're capable of. You know, they have testimonials from past people. And then, like, depending on the person you pick, you could honestly be paying, the lowest prices I've been seeing is like $3.33 an hour to like between like the $8 to $10 range, you know. Like it's definitely, it's powerful stuff, I would say, but at the same time, like, responsible. And at this point in your business, put it all on that person, because what are you really doing at that point? You know, like,
Yeah, you definitely have to experiment, try a few people before you find that one golden child.
yeah, 100%. Did you guys get to that video yet about the Upwork? I don't know who did it. Was it
Yeah, I
Chris?
saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you know who I'm
Sure.
talking about, right? But yeah, like, you
Mhm.
know, and then guy now, you know, his rate's like $5.50 an hour. I did a Skype interview with him, like it said. He told me all of his qualifications. He told me what his price was. I told him that this could be a long-term contract, but I just need to see what he can do. So I'm paying him for 2 weeks up front, you know, and he wants to work at least 10 hours a week at $5 an hour. So that's $50 a week at this point, right? Yeah. And then, so
What would he be
that's what we're
doing for
gonna
you? What would he be doing for you?
he's going to be like, he said that he could do the Instagram page, you know,
Mhm.
and I saw his portfolio, you know, and he showed some current projects that he was on. He supplied the links to the current projects that he's on, and you see like the amount of followers they have and the amount of following that they have and the amount of likes that they have, and you're like, well, like, this guy knows what he's doing, you know. And then he was also thinking about, we're still in negotiations about the Facebook ads part, because again, like, you know, I want to test with that myself, because if that's an expense that I don't have to pay for and I'm actually good at,
Right.
like, I would be more than happy to do that myself.
Mhm.
We're going to do a 2-week trial period, see what he can do, and then we're going to take it from there. But so definitely outsourcing is like, it's good, you know, like, it'll free up your schedule a little bit, but at the same time, you know, you got to be
You gotta have the controls.
careful. The controls, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have a system down in place before you start outsourcing. So,
Yeah.
and once you got that,
Like,
just
if you don't know how to
continue to follow it with
yourself,
you.
rely on it, not really going to be like, it's not going to be good. Like, you're just going to fall in, I don't know how to describe it
Just
really.
blow money.
It's a different business too, you know. You're managing people now. You gotta.
Yeah.
There's a lot involved with managing people.
100%.
But yeah, it's obviously the next step for a lot of us, because like, even for me, like, you know, I'm not doing the SMMA stuff right now, but I'm definitely getting with a lot of people who are doing a lot of work for me. So it's definitely a learning experience every step of the way, especially for the first time.
Yeah. And I just started this book, .com Secrets, and I just finished reading this passage that goes right with this conversation. Your job as an entrepreneur is to understand the strategy behind the marketing strategy, then hire the Facebook guy to run the Facebook ads, and then the Google guy to run the Google ads. To this day, I've never run a Google ad or a Facebook ad, yet I've made millions of dollars on both platforms.
Bam.
Smart.
That's
.com
Exactly.
Secrets.
.com Secrets.
And on that note, we got 30 seconds left, so let's all wrap this up. Thanks a
Snap.
lot for everyone coming in.
Yeah, I loved it,
yeah,
man.
man. Awesome. You know?
4 weeks in a
being here.
row. It's probably one of our better ones yet, and hope to
Yeah,
see you guys
definitely.
next week.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a week. Awesome.
All right, guys, take care.
All right,
have a good
GG.
one.
GG.